Hello everyone, and welcome to the first ever edition of the OnlyFanz football podcast. You heard that right, myself and Adam started an OnlyFanz. In today's episode we talk about the Euros, England losing. We talk about our 5 most impressive players that have impressed us the most in the Euros, and we talk a little bit of absolute Swahili along the way. So wherever you're listening, I hope you enjoy and take it easy.
My spanky senses tell me this is gonna get fucking tasty, baby.
I will love it if we beat them. Love it.
There's a slice of cheese with Nico Giantsopoulos.
I have a dream.
Bardler.
The fella in the green and white short.
The guys up in the joy have asked to be put back in their cells.
If you stop waffling, we might get some work done.
He has the goop, lad. He has the goop, lad.
Get out! Get out, Man United!
Origi!
Torres to give Chelsea a place in the Shane Long has done it!
Let me add a little bit of spice to that.
Is he your fucking spouse?
My grandmother had wheels, she would have been a bike.
I think I'm a special one.
I'm the normal one.
I never knew Stoke were that good.
Welcome everyone to the OnlyFanz football podcast for the fans by the fans. I'm going to welcome myself, Adam Leonard, with
Cran. Kieran McGrath.
Slim Cran McGrath.
But Adam's going to call me Cran.
I've been calling you Cran.
Yeah, so that's a quick disclaimer for anyone who is listening and doesn't know what the fuck. And if Adam calls me Cran at any point, he means me.
Oh, yeah.
And not the other person in the room. The
imaginary man.
Yeah.
The Lionel Messi on
Eamon Dunphy.
No, not yet. He is the, how would we say, the ceiling for this podcast. He is who we want to become on.
Yeah.
I don't want to sound like stalkers when we say it, but Eamon, please, just answer the phone.
He's the pinnacle of this.
Yeah.
When we reach the mountaintop.
When Eamon Dunphy comes on the podcast, we're just gonna call it a day.
Yeah.
There's no point. And now that I've said it, if it does happen, we actually will have to call it a day. You know what? The OnlyFanz football podcast will be an Eamon Dunphy football podcast when he takes over the show and we leave. So it's only going to get better. You know what I mean?
There's all sorts of fucking fuckery going to happen in the next few, hopefully, decades of this podcast.
Oh, we're going worldwide. Worldwide. Eamon Dunphy is only the beginning.
Any stories, any interesting stories from the week?
From the week gone, well, the only thing, we're sitting here, by the way, people, on the 12th of July, isn't it?
July,
12th of July. Prime marching season if you're from up north. And so England lost the Euros last night. I say they lost because while Italy won, we all won. But I think it's much better to say England lost. What do you think?
Yeah, no. To be honest, I don't want to if there's any Brits listening, I don't want to offend them. You know what I mean?
No, not at all. Come here.
Like,
all welcome. Even I know we said marching season before.
Yeah.
Everyone's invited. It's only a bit of laugh.
Yeah.
But we are happy England lost.
But also, I don't want to be I don't want to be hesitant to sort of express myself and how I felt at that moment.
And how did you feel?
I felt fucking
amazing.
I felt ecstatic that they lost. To say that, if that offends anyone, I apologise. But to say that, that's exactly how I felt.
The dog-eat-dog world of football.
Yeah.
Football is very tribal.
It's tribal, yeah.
You know what I mean? You can either be right or you're wrong. We all have our own feelings about the history. Irish history in particular. I don't want to get. It's not a history podcast, so I don't want to get too much into it. But from a purely footballing standpoint, there's been this whole kind of the English team. They're a likeable bunch. They're not. We have Declan Rice, Jack Grealish, 2 traitors. You know what I mean? That's what they were, the 2 traitors. So, and come here, look at the fans don't help themselves. With the whole "it's coming home" lark. And look, to be fair to them, they got to the final, but on their own patch, and I was going to say to be fair to them again, but it's not to be fair to them. They lost. They lost at home. To be fair to Southgate, his tactics for most of the tournament have been spot on. Germany, done really well. Yeah. Ukraine, come here, look at, we'd have put a team out to beat Ukraine. Against Denmark, they fought in the end. They got lucky. They got very lucky against Denmark. But in the final, he just fucked it. And I think letting Bukayo Saka, I'm 19 years old, I'm 22, you're...
What am I? 20.
20. Yeah, we're about older than Saka. We're sitting here starting a podcast and he's after missing a penalty, a vital penalty.
We're starting an OnlyFanz.
Yeah. So you have to feel for him in the sense that, he shouldn't have been up taking that penalty at all. Southgate fucked that up really big time. But look at I'm delighted they lost. I'm happy. I'm delighted Italy won.
We're actually sat in a room today.
Let them know.
Yeah.
Studio.
Adam came over.
Okay.
What is it? Monday the 12th. Yeah. Adam came over at around 11. It's about 2 now, and we constructed some IKEA furniture. And
eventually
we put it up. What could go wrong? Well, it actually did go wrong. You hear that wobble, but no.
That wasn't a wobble. That was you punching the table.
Fuck! No, but he came over. We did our bit. We had hard hats on as well.
It's a work in progress. Look, we can't. You want to strive for perfection, but this kind of thing. But we're only going to get better.
Yeah, and we're in here. We're in Studio 250, named after the pandemic payment, the PUP. €250 a week. That's what laid the foundations of this. This is what we're
built on.
Yeah.
Come on, let's be real, right? This is built on from Brentford winning the playoffs. This is how it started. So we were having a few beveraginos watching the Brentford match, and Brentford won, got promoted. Ivan Tony. We were going to actually call the podcast Tony Fans.
Just ignore the fact that Chelsea won the Champions League on the same day.
I was going to get onto it, Cran.
Yeah.
Give me a chance. So then that night, obviously, of course, Chelsea went on to win the Champions League, and I feel like it's kind of like the 21st century millennial thing of, let's start a band. Now it's become let's start a podcast. And in our particular scenarios, let's start a football podcast. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. To be honest, I'm looking forward to it so much that I'm praying I don't get hit by a bus tomorrow. That's how much I'm looking forward.
You can't live life like that, man. Come here. No, I do know what you mean. But
yeah, I'm so excited to start. That I just don't want.
So you're so excited to start that you don't want to die.
That I'm running away from buses every day.
I'll be honest with you. I just don't want to die in general.
Yeah.
Whatever about the podcast, I don't want to die.
We're just loving life.
Yeah, come here, vibes only, Yeah. But so for the podcast, we have a plan now. So it's going to basically be, as you can tell by now, it's a football podcast with 2 spoofers, and we're going to talk about Premier League, European football, a bit of domestic football. A good Shelbourne man, Cran, calls himself a good Bowes man, so we have that going for us. So we're going to talk everything football, even international football when it comes to it. We have segments planned out, don't we? So we have a few things planned out. So do you want to...
They're right behind you.
I know, yeah, but it's a podcast.
I can't remember.
People can't see the podcast. Can't see the whiteboard. So basically, on the whiteboard, I'm going to let Cran read this.
So the intro you would have fucking heard there, the absolute beautiful...
shy talk.
Yeah. Just, what's it called? The chain guitar solo.
Oh, yeah.
I have a dream. And can't...
The boys up the joy have been asked to be put back in their cells.
Yeah, we made that absolute masterpiece together. And we'll just have a little chat at the start of what we had there.
Yeah.
And then we'll have the little chat about the Premier League.
Yeah.
And then Premier League predictions. And the Euro trash versus Euro treasure.
That's something I'm looking forward to.
Yeah. That'll be the fucking...
Not the TV programme, by the way. I don't want to watch... I think that's cancelled now, is it?
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into what it's about, but if anyone's interested, look it up. But basically, we're going to do a Euro treasure segment where we talk about what's good and what's bad in European football this week.
I think, the 7th one, it's for the guests. So if we ever have a guest on, if anyone's ever willing to come on this fucking podcast, we'll have a favourite football story. So the guest will tell us their favourite ever story. And what
we're gonna have a Hall of Fame segment as well.
Yeah, a Hall of Fame.
And this is for, like, I don't know if this is a word, but like interactivity. Is that a word?
Interaction.
Oh,
interaction, yeah. But that's for interaction.
It's for like social interaction. So we're gonna both pick something each week for the Hall of Fame, and people are gonna vote on it on our socials, which will be coming very soon. They're not uploaded yet, but they will be coming soon. And that's just to get people involved in the podcast.
Well, they'll be up by the time this goes out.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. And then we're gonna have This Is Your Brain. This is, and we're gonna have this segment right now.
It's innuendo.
It is innuendo.
OnlyFans innuendo.
It is.
It's called Get It Out.
Ooh, chamo. Bam, bam. Yeah. So basically, again, this is all for interaction with the listener. So basically, each week on Get It Out, we're gonna put up a question box on Instagram, on Twitter, and we're gonna look for suggestions from you, the listeners, of top 10s. So it could be top 10 anything.
Or even like teams. Build a team.
Yeah.
Fucking anything.
Yeah.
Or we'll put up different ones.
We'll put up the Get It Out box on Instagram and see what comes in.
Yeah.
And whatever comes in, so say like top 10 left footers in the Premier League, something stupid like that. And we just talk about
Me too.
We talk about We talk about Alberto Moreno for a whole thing. But we're gonna do Get It Out now, aren't we?
We actually are, yeah.
Right now. So
a little teaser, Get It Out. For Get It Out this week, I have a very special segment, and it's a Euro special segment. Because we won't see the Euros for another 2 years or 4 years. We won't see a World Cup for another 2 years.
3 years, isn't it?
So we might as well, reflect. And I'm going to name, or we're both going to name, 5 players who have impressed us most. We don't know who they are.
We haven't discussed it.
Yeah, we haven't.
This is all on the fly.
This is on the cuff.
Yeah, because England lost.
Yeah.
You have to get it in.
Yeah.
You have to.
Or get it out.
Hey!
But 5 players each, and we're going to see how
many
we have in common. Yeah.
How many crossover it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I suppose, that's it.
So
how many have crossed over?
Okay.
So
are we going to be like the 5th best player, 4th, 3rd, etc.? So the best player will be the last player we both say.
Yeah.
So I'll go with my first one. Number 5 for me is Mikkel Damsgaard of Denmark. Had a great tournament. I think he came in, you look at Denmark's tournament overall, horrible scenes with Christian Eriksen and whatever, and they had an awful time really with it. And the loss against Finland, I think that game probably shouldn't have been played anyways, but then against Belgium, they had that start, Braithwaite got the goal, I think, or Poulsen, got the goal. Then Belgium got back into it. They just showed the real quality with De Bruyne and Lukaku or whatever. So then they got the win against Russia, and I remember we were actually watching together, Cran.
Yeah.
Damsgaard was crucial. He's a great player. He's a great number 10. I think he's with Sampdoria of Serie A now. And his movement, his pace, he has a great eye for a pass. You know what I mean? The last memory of him in the Euros is his goal against England. And unfortunately, it wasn't enough. Who knows what would have happened had that game gone to penalties. We'll never know now, but we know what happened. They lost England in the final. So, for Damsgaard himself, for me, he was a great player in the tournament.
I forget this fella's name.
Who's he play for? Because I might have him.
Your man plays on the wing. He played against...
For Denmark?
For Belgium.
Oh, Hazard?
No, Daka.
Oh, Doku.
Doku, yeah. I'm going for him in 5th.
Yeah.
I thought the game he played,
he
impressed me so much.
Absolutely.
With how he was dribbling the ball and everything. He looked like fucking Pele or something.
Superstar.
Yeah. He was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And he goes in my 5th spot.
Okay.
Because he didn't play enough games, obviously, so he goes 5th.
I think that's fair.
I'll tell you right here off the bat, because you chose Damsgaard. Damsgaard in mine as well.
Oh, okay, that's
so fair. There's one
crossover already.
Straight away. So he's in my top 5, but I'm going to put him higher up.
So what about your 4th top player of the tournament?
My 4th top player. So because England got to the final, I think it'd be unfair of me not to put an English player in.
Yeah.
And I was going to go for Sterling, but to be honest, I think after not taking a penalty yesterday, ahead of fucking Saka and all them, I don't know why he didn't take one. And I think that's spineless from him.
Butler.
Yeah, and I thought he really impressed me. He really did. But I'm going to go for Harry Maguire.
Wow.
And it's out there.
It's I didn't expect that.
It's out there, but all the games, England kept so many clean sheets, and he was fucking solid at the back. And I hate to say it, Harry Maguire was good, but he was very good. And he scored that penalty yesterday.
Yeah.
And he was fantastic. The
you know
whole
what?
tournament.
For that penalty, I'd have gambled on. I'd have put the deeds to my house on him missing. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
But it was a hell of a penalty. I don't think it's a bad show.
Yeah.
I think there's been. I'll be honest with you. I do think there's been better England players. My fourth player is English as well.
Yeah.
But I do. He has had a great tournament, and he's been that leader at the back. I think he marshals the likes of Pickford and Stones, hasn't mistaken him. And obviously Maguire does himself, but he was playing at such a high level this tournament. He was very good.
So, your fourth player.
Oh, sorry, yeah. So my fourth player is Calvin Phillips of Leeds.
Yeah, yeah.
Has to be. I think he's had a great tournament. You know, the way Leeds play is much different to the way England play. So they Bielsa's a much better manager than Southgate, first of all. Yeah. But they do play different styles of football. But I think he slotted in well with Rice, the centre midfield.
I get some rice and bread. That's Tony Cantwell.
Shout out to Tony Cantwell. We love you, mate. And yeah, so I thought he was great. He had a great tournament. And for Phillips himself, he had a bit of bereavement this year. He had lost his nanny and stuff. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he done very well. He wore a jersey on. I think it was on when they beat Denmark. He had a jersey that was like Nanny Val. I think her name is Val. God bless her.
Third player, I think I'm going to go with Pedri.
Oh wow,
Pedri of Spain.
Okay, I'm just letting you know before you talk about it. So probably don't have to talk about it. He's my second top player.
Oh, okay, yeah, grand. So I'm going to go for Pedri. Yeah. I thought passing was beautiful. Yeah. Some of the true balls he played, I watched him play. He's going to be an absolute superstar in midfield.
Big potential
for Barca. Yeah,
massive.
I think they have to hold on to him. I know they're going fucking. They're broke alone at the moment. They have to hold on to fucking.
Give us a loan.
They have to hold on to fucking Pedri.
Yeah, definitely.
Even if they have to break the banks or break into the banks to get money.
I think just because I have him as my second top player.
Yeah.
Pedri overall, he played ahead of Thiago, and you know I don't have to tell you how much I love Thiago.
Yeah.
He's a wonderful player. Now in France, every time he played in this tournament, he didn't play well. But he didn't play enough. But it's very hard for a player like Thiago to play when Pedri's playing so well. And Pedri kept him out of the team. Pedri was great.
Yeah.
In the semi-final against Italy, he misplaced one pass in 120 minutes. To compare to Thiago, he misplaced 3 in 15. And I think Pedri's ceiling is massive. You know what I mean?
There's people talking outside. Fuck off! Fuck off! I'll stick my head out and go, fuck off!
So who's your so it's my tour. Is it my tour best player? No. Pedri was your tour, wasn't he?
Pedri was mine, yeah.
So mine was Damsgaard, Phillips. So this is my tour.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
And are you going for one off each team? Because that's what I did.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
Like I have 2 of Italy.
Okay.
Put it that way.
Yeah.
Pedri was my number 2, as I said. But I'm going for number 3. I'm gonna go with Chiesa.
Chiesa.
Yeah.
In 3.
Unbelievable. My top player in the tournament, Chiesa. I thought last night he was immense.
Yeah.
Very, very good. His goal against Austria, beautiful. He's a very good player. Another player with a high ceiling.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think?
Chiesa. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to just call out my 2, and it's very anticlimactic. But my second player was Damsgaard, and my first was Chiesa. I thought Chiesa.
Okay, no way.
Chiesa was my player at the tournament.
Okay, so we've had a lot of crossover now.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
And I know Donnarumma got player of the tournament. He was
just a spoiler alert. He's my top player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he was very good, but I think Chiesa, he just brings it to a whole new level. Yeah. What he was doing, he was literally it's the equivalent of what he was doing. It's the equivalent of eating some lovely spaghetti from Italy and just enjoying it so much. Like that's what it was to my eyes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
I thought you meant his ability to play was like eating spaghetti.
No,
like that makes
to my eyes
to make spaghetti.
It was like eating spaghetti, but it was spaghetti for my eyes.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Watching Chiesa.
It was very fulfilling.
He's so graceful on the ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's a gorgeous player.
Yeah, he's a gorgeous. He's a good player.
He's going in the OnlyFans in the OnlyFans logo.
Yeah, absolutely.
After that tournament, what a player, man.
I think you know what. I have, as I said, I have Donnarumma as my top player. The only reason for that being is like 2 penalty shootouts, wasn't it? One against Spain, one against England. When you do what he does, like, they wouldn't have won it without him, more or less. And he's a beast of a man. He's 22 years old. I'm 22 years old. Puts me to shame.
You could hop in goal and you do a better job than him. I'm telling you
He's
now.
just after winning the European Championship.
He's overrated.
No, he's great. I think
He's overrated.
Do you think?
No, I'm not messing. He's not. He's very good.
I think
you do a better job.
PSG. I'd be like that fella. Do you remember off something against Arsenal? He was eating a pie. Remember him? That's what I'd like. Paddy Power paid him to eat a pie or something.
Paddy
That's
pie.
what I'd like. But yeah, so that they're my top 5 players.
Your top 5 was
my
what?
top 5 was Damsgaard, Phillips, Chiesa, Pedri, and Donnarumma.
So my top 5 was Doku, Maguire. Third was Pedri. Second was Damsgaard, and first was Chiesa.
Wow.
So we got Chiesa, Damsgaard,
And Pedri.
and Pedri in common.
Yeah.
3 out of 5, not bad.
That's not bad.
That's it.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it. Get it out.
Get it out. That was get it out there.
Yeah.
Do
So there's an example, everyone.
of get out.
We're gonna post something next week, and you can get involved. You can give us a topic, and we'll just talk about it. We'll pick the best one.
This is only like a little teaser, isn't it? So like the first official proper episode, we're going to be talking about the Premier League.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about, and we'll probably talk about other leagues as well, of course, predicting it.
Grand. So that's it, everyone. There was a lot of fucking vulgar shit going on before this, but I'm gonna end it before it gets out of hand.
Too out of hand.
If you enjoyed the OnlyFans, the first OnlyFans podcast, please follow the Spotify page, follow the Apple Music, follow the Instagram,
Twitter,
follow everything. Subscribe to the YouTube. We're everywhere you look. There's gonna be a billboard tomorrow. You're gonna be walking into town. And we're going to be on the billboard.
We're going to be there with it covered in fruit. Thanks everybody for listening, and we will hopefully see you all soon. And thanks for the love, thanks for the support from myself and Cran.
Yeah.
Godspeed.
Thank you.
Bye.
Godspeed. Bye bye.
Love you. Bye.
Oh, friend.